Hey everybody, welcome back to We Are Podcast. This is We Are Air, Season 4, Episode 2, Thoughts on the Hulu original, Palm Springs. Me and the boys, we're going to sit down with our friend Austin McDonald and talk about Palm Springs starring Andy Samberg. If this is your first time listening, please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at /We Are Podcast. With that said, on to the podcast.
We are error.
That's the issue.
Oh, hold on, I need some water.
Stop. See,
This is the issue we deal with, Hobbs. You scream and then you whisper. This is what we've been doing for 3 fucking seasons.
I thought you were going to say 30 years.
screaming whisperer. And it feels like it's been 30 years at this rate. I goddamn, I can't.
Getting too old for
You know how
this
many
shit.
hours we've wasted in our life saying, stop looking at the phone, lean in closer to the mic, back up from the mic.
This is feeling oddly personal.
It is personal. We're just telling you the truth, man.
Come on, guys.
I wish I didn't get drunk before I did this.
Oh, man.
Stupid
It's
duck.
the best.
All right.
Hold on.
That's
let's,
also what Creed
let me
said
get
before all their
another shot.
concerts.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to have another shot, you fucking bitch.
He knows what's
You
up. He ain't no
fucking
bitch.
dirty cunt.
Jesus Christ.
Dirty birdie, you.
Fuck you. I'm gonna kill you. All right, well, turn off your phone first. And also, you've had that background for like 2 years. Yeah.
Also-
Background for 2 years, bitch. I just got this background last year. How's that 2 years to you?
I mean, it's been 3 years. You've not been in the microphone.
Oh my god, bro. I want to fucking backhand you like Sissy Spacek.
Here's to the ladies dressed in black.
Hell yeah.
I want to make you my
They're always
co-monitor,
slick
brother.
and never slack.
What? Perfect. Nailed it.
No.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the We Are Era podcast. This is
Hey.
Doc. I'm here with
Jake.
And
Hey, everybody, it's Javi.
and what is the We Are Air podcast? A podcast talking about movies, entertainment, whatever the fuck we want to talk about. Today we have a very special guest, Mr. Austin McDonald. Austin, how are you?
Hi, Doug. How's it going, dude?
I am drunk. How are you doing today, sir?
Dude, I'm feeling good. I am trying to get on your level. I think I'm there. I might be past you. I might be right behind you. I don't know.
Bro,
I'm into it though.
Bro, get to the level. That's all I'm going to say. We are having a good time. And what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about a little bit of movie news.
Movie news!
Boo-dam, boo-doo-doo, boo-dam, boo-dam, widdly-wah.
Willy Wonka. Well, I love that Willy Wonka. All right, it's not specifically movie news. What we're going to talk about is a movie that came out on the Hulu's Palm Springs. Okay, Austin's the one who pointed this movie out to me the other night at work. He's like, bro, you gotta watch this. He showed me the trailer. Andy Samberg, smoking hot bitch, I don't know her name. Amazing fucking movie. He said to me, he's like, dude, it's a play on Groundhog's Day. I'm like, what? Not even 3 weeks ago, I was having a conversation with somebody going, how do you redo Groundhog's Day? How do you make that classic and make it again and make it new and fresh and original? God damn it if they didn't find a way. Did you guys watch this movie?
It's great.
Wow.
It's good.
The trailer sold me. Like you said, Austin, you love Andy Samberg, correct?
Oh yeah, love him.
And you feel like he's never done any wrong in films, I think you said?
The last one I saw from him was Never Stop, Never Stopping, which I fucking loved. So I've always loved that Lonely Island stuff. I've always loved their SNL shorts. I think everything they do is pretty good, man. I haven't been disappointed. I mean, you could maybe name something. I'd be like, oh yeah, maybe that's. But I can't think of anything off the top
That's
of the
my
head.
boy.
Yeah. Well, that was Happy Madison, though. Let's not put that all on Andy Samberg.
All right, I'll give you that.
That was the fucking.
But Lonely Island,
That was
man,
the
they came up with
Sandler
some
fucking
solid shit,
vacation. Let's summer in Hawaii crew.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
let's
it
make
was.
a movie.
Yeah, let's get paid to
yeah,
fucking hang out. and
Samberg's
fucking-
never done anything like bad.
Yeah.
So that's the
cut the balls.
The thing that I really liked about this is that the opening you saw, it said the Lonely Island Productions.
Classics.
Yeah,
no,
Lonely
it
Island
said
Classics.
classics. And
That's-
it's like
I
Sony classics, right?
I love
Is that
the
what that
logo.
was?
The
Yeah.
logo was
Yeah.
very old school, and it set the tone for the movie because this is an old theme. This is a play on Groundhog Day.
I was gonna get into
So,
that also.
You're showing these old images, these old type images on screen. I love it.
Right, that's an actual logo though. It's Sony
Yeah.
Classics, right? Is
Yeah.
it Sony Classics or is it?
I
I think it's
honestly don't
Sony
know.
Classics. I'm not sure, but that's an actual fucking logo, and I saw it was like Lonely Island. Oh, okay, yeah.
I thought
There
that
you
was
go.
pretty cool. And from the second the movie starts, like, I wasn't sure. Me and Austin talked about this. Is this going to be a modern classic? Is this going to be a great fucking movie? Is this going to set the standard? And I'm not sure why it was released on Hulu. I'm not sure if it was supposed to come out in theaters or not. Do you know?
Yeah, it was bought at, I think, Cannes Film Festival for $17.5 million and 69 cents.
Really?
was the most expensive movie by 69 cents.
Nice.
So they threw on, it was $17.5
Nice.
million. They threw on an extra 69 to make it the most expensive movie ever bought at the film festival. And it could be a different film festival. It could be Sundance. I think it's Cannes.
Yes.
Is it Cannes or Cannes?
Con.
Whatever. Yeah.
I don't know,
yeah.
whatever.
I go Canes. I like a hard A.
Canis.
Yeah. Cannes.
Can
It's Italian.
Canis.
It's cannoli.
Wait. Canes is in French. It's French.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. European.
Yeah. Oh, Tex, you're in, baby.
You know, you could just like have bouillabaisse and just watch movies all fucking day in Canes.
Well, let's talk about the movie
not
itself.
crisp.
From the second it begins. All right, first of all, did we all... Stop.
Oh, baby.
All right. From the second
I was like, what the
Don't start
fuck
that
is
shit,
that
dude.
shit?
Are you
I will
snoring?
fucking- No, he got
with him constantly while he's fucking editing. He has to hear this fucking shit.
When
He's
we-
like, is that as a fucking predator in the background?
Dude, if you
I
knew-
think the place is haunted.
Bro, you've never been on the podcast, by the way. Thank you for joining us.
Dude,
You're gonna
thank
see-
y'all for having me. I'm so excited.
yeah.
You're gonna
Fuck
see
yeah.
how much I fucking edit him out.
Why do you hate your own podcast, bro? What are you doing?
I love
It's
this
part of,
podcast.
that's part of who he is. It's fine, it works.
I'm the monkey rich, it
He
still
is.
calls me.
Monkey rich.
Monkey rich.
All right, so
Wild card, bitches.
Yeah, I was about to say, you gotta have a wild card.
from the start of the movie, it sets it up so well because Andy Samberg comes in and you can just tell he's over it. And you think, oh, by the way, spoilers, big spoilers for this movie. Go watch it. We're all going to say go watch it. It's fucking so
Hey,
good.
if you
if you
haven't
haven't
watched
seen
it,
it
why
by
the
now,
fuck
this
are you
is on
listening?
you.
Why are you listening
Yeah.
to this if
And
you
you
haven't
should have
seen
seen
it?
this. If you didn't watch it by now, you're never going to watch it, so fuck you and your goddamn spoilers.
Bro, it just came out Friday.
They still should have seen it by then.
They should have seen it.
Yep.
Truthfully.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
by word of mouth, you should
course.
see this. This is not Guns Akimbo, which is kind of...
How are they going to know word of mouth if they don't hear us?
They're gonna hear this.
Also, get ready. We'll probably put some spoilers out there for Groundhog Day, I'm sure, at some
Oh,
point.
God,
So-
If
dude.
you haven't seen Groundhog's Day, go fuck yourself.
Well, I mean, it only came out 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But
But that's-
we got to be patient with people.
that's what
Unless
I'm
you're living
saying.
in a time loop where Groundhog's Day never came out and you wake up every day and it's the day before Groundhog's Day
I wish it was
came out.
Groundhog's Day.
What if you were excited about that movie and you got caught in a time
Oh yeah,
loop right
that would be
before
my life, dude. I would be like fucking Force Awakens. Like I'd be like, fuck yeah, we're getting up in the morning, we're going to see Force Awakens right away, and then I wake up and it's the fucking day before. I'm like, God damn it. That would
Oh,
be,
that's the worst scenario because we were so fucking
Yeah.
pumped,
Oh,
dude.
dude, we
Yeah.
all went and saw
We can
Force
do-
Awakens together, too.
Yes, we
Yes,
did.
yes.
That's all I'm
So much
saying.
fun.
Fucking
Yeah.
awesome, dude. Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh.
So here's the thing. This movie is so fucking good. Not only does it Groundhog's Day, it doubles and triples down on Groundhog's Day without ruining too much. The premise is amazing. I've always thought, how do you redo that premise and make it good? They found a fucking way. Jake has some issues with the film. I know that we'll talk about briefly. I don't have many issues with the film. As a romantic comedy, it really fucking works. The girl, I don't know who the girl is, but god damn it, I'm in love with her. She looks like she came out of a Tim Burton fucking stop motion animation. She
She's
looks like
beautiful.
the
Yeah,
Crunchy
I
Girl.
think she was in that show on Prime. I think it was
Oh,
called.
she might have been, but
Was that her with Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul?
She's
I don't
so
know.
gorgeous.
It was like the rotoscoped one on Prime.
I don't know, but
she
she's
was
so
on.
hot.
If you watch Black Mirror, she was on that episode, the
The
Star Trek.
Trek
The Star
one.
Trek. one.
Yes,
Yeah.
and she plays the main character, which is probably, like we talked about, maybe the best episode next to San Junipero, which is fucking
Which, yeah,
unbelievable.
I think it's the best.
I think
thing
that's the
ever
best
made.
episode,
Yeah.
period. But with that said, this girl is gorgeous. And like the whole time, like at the beginning of this, all right, Andy Samberg, he just seems like he's nonchalant, doesn't care, he's done. He says to his girlfriend, kill me. Like he means it. Like he doesn't want to deal with the day. Because he's repeating the day over and over again.
Well, that whole opening scene where he's just sitting there jerking off.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Oh,
just
that was
like,
so
she's
brutal.
like, shit, fuck.
But that's
Shit,
what I knew.
fuck. And
That's
he's just
what I
like sitting
knew.
there going,
So I have a question for everybody. Going into this movie, did you know that both of them were going to be in the time loop?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I didn't.
no,
That's what the
it was on the
trailer
trailer.
alluded
It
to.
showed it. Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't know how I watched the trailer, but I was under the impression.
Very inebriated, my friend.
Probably. Well, that's a very fair point. I was under the impression that she was the one that was going to be caught in the time loop,
Right.
and he was like this, just the guy.
Eccentric fucking nerd
He's
guy.
Andy Samberg, and
just
so
like,
he's
yeah.
just telling her, "Oh, you're probably caught
He's
in a
like
time loop."
fucking
and you're...
16 candles and he's Ducky. And then they're in a fucking time loop with...
But we questioned that because when Austin showed it to me, I was like, is he in the loop too? And Austin's like, I don't know. And then watching the movie immediately, you're like, oh, he's in the fucking
No,
loop.
okay. So I wrote a bunch of notes for this too. By
Go
the
for
way. I immediately. This is the hardest I've ever worked on a podcast. I wrote here. I felt immediately dumb for not catching on in the beginning that he was in the loop. I didn't catch on until they were in the cave. And I was like, once he started crawling in the cave, I was like, oh, no, he's already in it.
So, like, I knew
And it all
immediately
clicked.
with how smooth he was whenever he came up there and
Right.
took over for the fucking...
That's what I'm
this-
saying.
Yeah.
I'm so
Like,
dumb.
yeah,
I should have
like-
known then.
Yeah.
I mean, but
when he was doing the dance,
it was pretty.
The dance was
pretty
so
fucking
good.
obvious. Even him jerking off, like he knew what was going to happen. That's why he was so just stone faced, fucking doing that. Like,
and she's just like saying things like, "I lost my grandmother's ring," and he's like, "Yeah."
But they throw you off with the pool scene after that. Whenever he's talking to the black dude in the pool, and he's like, "Not today, my friend." But it's like he's alluding that they've already hooked up. You don't even fucking even realize that.
Such a great little Easter egg.
Yeah,
because I didn't notice that line
Yeah.
until I watched. So I watched the first half again after I watched it immediately, and was like, he says the line, "Not today, sauce pot." When he said Jerry is the character,
Yeah.
and so he says, "Not today, sauce pot." And it's like, what is that? You don't hear it the first time,
Right.
But it's like, oh, when you find out what they've done
Right,
later,
exactly.
oh, yeah, it's a great line.
And also, that's the thing is like this movie is paint by numbers in a lot of senses. It sets up like your 3-act structure, which is great, but it pays off everything it sets up in spades. It's the opposite of Guns Akimbo, where I was like, you set it up, but I saw it coming a mile away. This sets up fucking comedic elements from the beginning in that first act that pay off so well in the second and third act. And also, every question you have while you're watching it, like, what would it be like to be in a time loop? What would it be like to relive the same day every day? How would you deal with that stuff? But that's what it does. It sets up the loop over and over again. And every question that I had about the loop, I'm intelligent, I'm smart, I know what I would ask. They ask those questions and they answer them.
Right.
That's what I loved about it. It took Groundhog's Day and every question we've ever had about it, and answered, and it did a little bit more. Plus, it was a romantic comedy, which I thought worked very well. And every time I was like, I'm not going to buy it. The only thing that I had an issue with, big spoilers again, obviously he fucked that girl 1,000 times. And I thought that she was going to be mad about that, like being tricked, because it's kind of a little bit rapey.
Yeah, but she can't be because she fucked the fucking husband,
Yes, exactly.
the groom, 1,000 fucking times also.
Right,
So it doesn't matter. So whatever she does is canceled out by that fucking shit. She
But
has
that's
to
the
make
only thing
peace
I
with
kept thinking
herself.
I was like, it's a little rapey what you're doing, but at the same time I was like, I would probably do the same thing, so I'm like, is Duck a little rapey?
Well, so
Wait, is
how
it
is it
rapey
rapey
that
if
she
you're
said
living-
yes 1,000 times?
Yeah, if you're living the same
Essentially.
scenario over and over and over, are you not going to do everything that you fucking can and just to see what the fuck happens? Maybe if you do something really fucked up this time, maybe that's what fucking stops the fucking time loop. Would you be happier living a life in prison or dead or whatever else, free from that? Or would you rather just keep going through it every fucking day? That's the way I look at these time loop situations. So I think everything is off limits because the people aren't going to know any better
They're not gonna know
anyways.
any better.
Exactly, unless they're caught in the time loop, which just so happens
It
to be
happened.
the fucking the bugaboo here. This whole fucking movie.
But that was the catalyst for the separation when he said to her, like, I fucked you 1,000 times.
Yeah, like,
and she was like, really? And she was already dealing with her shit. And so they did take the one thing I had an issue with and kind of dealt with it. They didn't take it too far. But, like, she, like you said, was dealing with her own shit at the time, too. So, like, her being, quote-unquote, easy, I guess, would be what the issue was.
Well, the thing is, she had to wake up every fucking morning to that whole situation.
Yeah.
Living that whole fucking moment over. And especially with her retaining the knowledge of what she knows now.
Yeah.
You know, that's just...
that was a huge twist and revolution.
Yeah, and
in
he couldn't find her for, like, God knows how long. It might have been years that have fucking passed because she left every goddamn morning.
And
Who
I think
knows?
it was.
They don't say that.
Because when she shows back up, he's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I have missed, like, it was like, you have been gone for a long time. I've missed you.
That's the
Where
only
have you
person
been?
that you can actually connect with besides J.K. Simmons.
Which was
Great.
hilarious.
That was so
Love him.
He
fucking
was
good.
so fucking good in this movie.
I like how they just use that character and that whole premise on that side of that story.
I could tell it was going to be him from the beginning. In the trailers, I couldn't tell it was going to be him because it just shows that part where he's like, that dude over there.
Yeah.
He's got some blow or whatever.
That's such a good
But
scene.
whenever I'm watching the movie and I hear him chasing after him, he's like, I'm going to fucking kill you or whatever. It's like, that's J.K. Simmons. And I already know
So
where this is fucking going because he fucking trapped him also. And I hate to say that the movie was kind of predictable, but in a sense it was. And it's geared towards that. And it is what should essentially be an 80s movie, I thought.
Yeah.
If they would have hit this beat before Groundhog's Day, I could easily see John Cusack playing this fucking role like a One Crazy Summer or Better Off Dead kind of situation.
What I think they did really cool in this movie, which is, I felt like when I was watching it, I felt like it was an actual sequel to Groundhog Day.
Yes.
Like if, not that it is a sequel, but that if Groundhog Day had made a sequel and they'd done it good, this would have been it. It would have been, there's not one person in here, there's a couple people in here now, and we're trying to figure this out together. Right. And I thought there was some really cool stuff to play off of. Most of it was comedy related, which I think this is a better comedy movie than it is a romance movie.
Thought
And
piece.
I'll bring up some points on that later, but this was a really, really good comedy movie for 45 minutes. And I love the cake bomb scene. Is the biggest one that stands out to me, which is
Don't
like,
worry, I used to be a bomb guy.
if I'm stuck in a situation like that with somebody, that's the kind of shit I want to be doing
yeah.
all day. That's the only thing that's going to
Just fuck
sanely
with
keep
everybody.
me through.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you have this accent that we don't know where the origin is from." She's
Right.
like, "You have foiled my plans."
Yeah.
But that's kind of like in Parks and Rec, whenever you have Audrey Plaza and Chris Pratt and their characters in that playing
Yeah,
around.
Burt Macklin and fucking...
Yeah, all that stuff where it's like this fantasy world, but it is the relationship every single person wants to be in. It's like literally you're hanging out with your best friend, you're having a blast. You know what I mean? And that's what everyone wants. And whenever you're seeing that build, you know traditionally from the film it's going to go bad. And it does. And when it goes bad, like Austin was saying, is it better as a comedy than a romantic film? I think it works on both levels because you could show this to your significant other and be like, look at this. Like, do you enjoy this movie? And they would fucking probably dig it. Yeah. I think the question I ask you, Austin, is are we looking at a modern classic? There's the possibility of it. I don't know because of how it was released if we are, but this model is different than before. Like if you found this at like Blockbuster on a Thursday and took it home, you would tell all your friends. It would be that word of mouth thing. And if it was released in theaters, I honestly think this could have been a huge fucking movie. Do you guys think?
I don't think it's a modern classic. I think it's a really good movie. I think it's going to be loved by a lot of people. I'm going to love it. I'm going to keep it in my collection for a long time, and I'm going to enjoy it. But I think there's some things that I can say on it. I know you. I'm sorry. I know you want to talk, but I think there's some things I can say in a minute that I do kind of. I kind of pick the bone.
Well, let's
with
get
it.
to it. Javi, you're chomping at the bits. What do you have issues
Well, I'm
with?
just gonna say I don't think it's like a classic, modern classic. I think it's like how we kind of view real genius.
Yeah.
Like, whereas, like, it's very select few they're gonna, like, actually watch this movie and love it for what it is. It's not necessarily Napoleon Dynamite. I can see, like,
It'll
see
be
this.
easily forgotten.
Yeah.
It's not in the same ilk as some of these movies.
Yeah. It's like the type of movie for, like, scrolling on TV. You're like, oh, Palm Springs. I think I know what I'm doing for the next 90 minutes.
I disagree with you. I think if this was playing on TBS on a Thursday, you guys would stop and watch it.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
exactly.
that
That's
movie.
what he's getting at. But
Yeah.
that's also...
I
But
honestly
I
think
think the point he's trying to make is I'm not going to get a Palm Springs poster in my room.
Right. But you also don't have a 16 candles or a weird science poster or anything like that. But if you're bringing
need to
up
get on
bizarre...
No, he does have them. They're under the other posters.
They're actually-
so if you take down the
yeah.
cases, they're just
If
behind
you go
it.
back there and pull down the
Okay.
fucking...
But if you start talking about Back to the Future, you start talking about Groundhog's Day, you're going to say to a friend, hey, did you ever see that movie Palm Springs? You are going to bring this up in the same breath as those movies. I think it's that good.
Okay.
What were your issues, Jake?
No. I like it. It's the funny moments, I think, tried a little too hard at some points. I think it was a pleasurable movie. I really enjoyed watching it.
What'd you call it, a
But,
delight?
Yeah, it was just delightful. It was a delightful movie.
Yeah,
that's
I
what
think
it
that's a good way to put it. Yeah,
like
absolutely.
it was a fun watch. It's not something that I'm gonna fucking constantly quote or, certain friends I might recommend it to, but it's not for everybody. What I was gonna ask though, I mean, it's kind of in the same line as Happy Death Day.
I've never seen that.
Oh, it's so
Yeah,
much
I
better than
haven't
Happy
seen
Death
it,
Day.
So I liked Happy Death Day.
But
I
it's
didn't
got
like
kinda
Happy
a
Death
cult
Day to
following,
you.
though.
But
The
people
second
love that
one
movie.
they did it.
What?
People love that movie.
But I mean, if in the whole grand scheme of things, I think the best Groundhog's Day movie is Edge of Tomorrow. We've already
I
talked
agree.
about this.
I agree with you.
Oh my
I
God.
gotta go with Groundhog's Day being the best.
Groundhog's Day is the best Groundhog's
Okay,
Day.
but
Then
Because
second
you
place
called
would
it-
definitely be Edge of Tomorrow.
But
Edge
if
of
you're
Tomorrow
playing in
is-
the fucking repeat-averse, if you're playing, there's an episode of the X-Files that's really good where this girl was involved in a bank heist. Live, Die, Repeat is the shit. Like, you
Oh,
can
it's
watch
so
that
good.
with anyone at any fucking time.
So good.
I think this does stand up, though. I think that people will really enjoy it. So I'm going to say, recommendation-wise, I say go fucking watch it. It's on Hulu if you have it. Go watch it. If you don't, text me. I'll give you my password.
I
which is
give
Jake's
this movie
password.
4 gourmands.
Yeah, I gotta say, Duck will give you my password.
I'll give you
if
Jake's
you'll
password.
Need this.
Yeah, this movie gets 4 gourmands for sure.
What's a gourmand?
No.
Gourmand, I came here to bargain.
No, it's
No.
Gourmand,
Bullshit. This gets 1 duck face. So that's good. That's a good rating. If you get 5 duck faces, you don't want that shit. I'll give it half a duck face.
Austin, what do you think? Do you like it?
So I really enjoyed the first 45 minutes. I enjoyed the whole movie.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
say
a
that.
good
I love
movie.
the
It's a
whole
solid
movie.
movie.
I really enjoyed it. The first 45 minutes, I'm 100% sold on. I think all the comedy is good, except for this one character, Randy. I don't know. He's a background character, but
Oh, the
The
guy
guy
who marries him?
no,
The
that's
drunk
the
guy that's
that-
always sitting on her?
it was the
I know
only
you're
thing.
talking about. The white guy who's nerdy.
When the earthquake starts happening during the wedding,
Yeah, he
and he
freaks
starts
out.
freaking out,
Yeah.
I was like, "What is this?
Yeah.
I don't understand. There's no context context to what's happening right now, I don't get this bit.
It might be like one of the Lonely Island's little brothers or something.
It could have been.
It's actually he's a writer for Seth. He was a writer for Seth Meyers, and he's a writer on
Close enough.
an Adult Swim show that I can't think
Close
of.
enough.
But anyway,
I liked him. He was all right. I understand what you're
but
saying.
that was the one comedy thing that stood out to me. Like, this doesn't fit.
He's over the top.
Right.
But otherwise, all the other comedy, the little dance montage they did in the bar,
Oh, that was the best.
the plane crashing, all of that. I thought, man, this is really, really good.
And the valid point of pain exists. That was the overlying thing of the story, where like there's love and there's hurt, and anyone who's ever loved before has felt pain like that. And the idea, like, if you love somebody and they leave, pain comes to you. We've all been in pain so much that we've laid on the floor, in a fetal position, hurting. You know what I mean? Love hurts, and when you lose love, it hurts even worse. And to go even further and be like, imagine that pain repeating day after day after day, and taking him further and having J.K. Simmons' character torturing him, and having the inverse of that, making peace with the pain, and going like, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to hurt people anymore. I feel like that was the overlying message of this movie, was pain is real, learn something from it, and love when you love. That's what's important. So,
Yeah.
No, you're 100% on that.
that's
That
good.
is
That's
100%
Yeah.
what the message was. I think they went about it in the second half a little weird in trying to display that message. I don't think they made it that clear. I think
was
upon
definitely
the second watching and kind of like analyzing it, I got that message. There's some things that like you don't think about that Phil Connors went through. Or you know what? Phil Connors
because
didn't.
He lived in there for 30, 40 years is what Harold Ramis said.
Jesus
and he learned how to, he
Jesus.
taught himself, well, in the fucking, like, the novelization, they said, like, 10,000
Oh,
years
yeah,
or
it was
something.
something.
Some bullshit, some
But how long
ridiculous
did
number.
he live within this one? It felt like
That's
a long
the whole
fucking
thing
time.
is, like, whenever she left, also, how long was she gone?
Yeah.
So, like, you don't know. But the reason why I say that it wasn't that long, either that or he's just a giant piece of shit. But if you had this ability where you could repeat the same day over and over, why wouldn't you be like Phil Connors and learn everything and become a fucking master
Like
of
piano
fucking
and shit like
piano,
that.
Well,
pool?
so this is why
bowling. There's so many deleted scenes from Groundhog's Day also that shows like he just became a master of everything. Like, why wouldn't you fucking do that if you had this ability?
I think he was in there longer than Phil Connors because one of the things one of the things one of the things he says in there
Could you feel it?
is one of the
He does say it, though. Like, you're right. It seems like it's
one of the things
thousands upon thousands.
Well, one of the
of
things he
years.
says is, she asked him, what did you do before this? She has a backstory.
Yeah.
So even at the end of the movie, she's been in there a long time because she learned quantum physics.
Right.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
she was in there a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she was in there a 10th of the time or a 20th of the time that he was.
No.
I think he was in there so long. By the time we see him at the beginning of the movie,
Total slacker.
he didn't even think about that question. When she
And
asked
he
that
even
question,
said, I can't remember to a simple question about his history.
Yeah.
she
He's
said,
like,
what did
I
you
don't
used to do
remember.
for work? And he was like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's really
So
good.
that means
Yeah,
he's been in
that's
there
a-
so long.
That's such a fucking
For like a
throwaway.
millennium.
That's such a throwaway line that you don't even like really pick up on that. Like I didn't fucking
And I think
register that.
and I think that's
good.
why when we see him at the beginning of the movie, Niles is like so fucking depressed, and it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do anymore because
He can't
I've
die.
been in this so long.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing. This movie is about depression, too, and how people feel with depression. Having suffered from depression, I know you have, I know you have, I know you have, and I have. We know that every day feels useless. You know how many times I've looked up on Google, like, why is everything pointless? Why is everything useless? You can't get out of that rut when you're in it. And sometimes it's not about bringing somebody else in. It's about bringing a different perspective in. And so this movie goes along with, like, he brings in this girl who obviously he was obsessed with because he was trying to sleep with her, whether she was the easy girl in the fucking loop or whether
that's
or
it.
not he liked her.
Like you said
That's
thousands
it.
of times.
Yeah,
you know?
that's it.
But-
she was the easy girl.
But whenever she actually came through, he could actually explore. He got to know her. She changed his perspective.
Got to
And
explore.
that's the thing.
Oh, that's actually
But that's the thing is,
Huh.
she brought in a different perspective, and she was able to help him see outside of his loop, out of his depression, out of how he felt, and then it changed him. Sometimes,
being a person that's coming from a tortured background themselves also, it gives a little bit of gravity to
Yeah, absolutely.
the situation that
Yeah.
she can fucking relate to what's going on, and he doesn't judge her for all the reasons that her family judges her and everything else.
right, and her pain, once he finds out what her pain was, he's like, oh, fuck, she has to wake up with that guilt every morning.
that twist was so good.
It was so
And
good.
That was like I saw it once she
The way she was acting.
when she told her when she whispered to her sister at the wedding and they
Yeah.
wouldn't reveal what it was.
Pillows.
I was like, okay.
Hey everyone, it's just Duck jumping in here real quick to say thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you're enjoying it, please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And if you're enjoying the podcast today, please share with your friends. It's the only way we can grow this network. With that said, back to the podcast. Everything that's set up and you want to pay off pays off in this movie. Literally, every question I had about living in a time loop or living in this situation, they answered. And that's what I loved about this movie is like, not only did you set it off, but you sold me on it and you paid it off. And then you made a romantic comedy on top of that, which worked for me.
Here's what didn't work for me. I liked her character arc a lot. I thought it was a really good character arc. You're talking about a person who, like you said, woke up one day and was stuck in this world where she had done a really shitty thing, probably the shittiest thing she'd ever done in her life, and she was stuck in it, and she had to deal with it. And her whole arc is, I'm getting the fuck out of this, but by the time she does get out of it, she realizes there's a different way I can fix this. What I don't like about Andy Samberg's arc is I don't really feel like it went anywhere. I think he had one good line in the movie, like that was on the deeper side of the movie, which was she was like freaking out when they're handcuffed on the side of the road. And he was like, you can't just hurt people. Right. We can't just be hurting people. Because they might not remember, but we remember.
Yeah,
that was a great line. But that was the only thing. By the end of the movie, like when they have the whole romantic catch-up thing at the end, I didn't believe it that much. I didn't feel like there was any character growth for him.
So, I might be wrong. I don't remember exactly if this was touched on, but did it show them the day after the wedding?
It did.
Okay.
It did.
So they did definitely break the
Yes,
time.
they did.
Like when that family showed up at the pool.
So that's what
okay,
I remember now. That's what I was wondering. Okay.
But I mean, so when you think about his arc, basically what this was this was a dude who had been with this girl a ton, tried to get with her again, actually put her in the worst situation in her life, and then was like, I'm sorry, I love you, and that was his arc, was just to fall in love with her.
But that's the romantic comedy aspect of it, and that's the thing.
But that's kind of a shallow arc to me.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same thing as any fucking rom-com movie.
It's a movie.
That's exactly what it is.
Well,
it is 16 Candles. It is fucking...
But I will knock it for that. I think that's one thing that I'm like, that was a little basic. Whereas her arc, I feel like, wow, that's a very interesting story.
Yeah.
But that's something they put a little more. I just think they, and this is not on Andy Samberg. I just think they put a little more effort in the script in her character arc than they did his.
Because he was there for so fucking long that they want to go out of the perspective of the new person into this time loop.
What was her name?
Hottie.
What's her name?
She's so hot.
I don't know.
Stupid hot.
Come on, what was her fucking name?
Oh, Christina Milioti.
Yeah, it's not fucking...
Oh, I thought you meant in the movie.
At the beginning of the movie, it didn't say Christina Milioti classics.
Yeah.
It said fucking Lonely Island classics.
And here's
That's
my thing,
why.
too.
Like,
it's a movie, and it's meant to have that feel-good ending. And I honestly feel like they didn't need to end it with them in the pool on the next day. I felt like they could have ended it at the Big Bang moment, and I would have been content. I actually
back in fucking Texas!
Dude, I'm not even lying. I screamed at my screen, and now. And then they showed them the pool. I was like, fuck. But it didn't kill it for me. But I was like, you could have ended it at that and let it be ambiguous.
I like movies that are a little more open ended now.
Yeah,
I would rather
not.
I would rather not know if they got out of the time loop or not, or if they accepted that they just love each other and they're still stuck.
I think that's
in
a great
there.
ending. That's a great ending.
To me, that would be a better ending.
Wonderful. But this is not a Christopher Nolan film. This is
something made for Hulu.
So we don't need that. And that's why.
It's all right.
Well, that's why it won't be a classic.
I also love the scene with Peter Gallagher. So they're at the burrito place and they're talking about who he slept with. She's like, who else did you sleep with? And he's like, your dad. And she's like, what? And then it cuts to them and he's like, Peter Gallagher goes, what are we doing?
He's like, no, I'm just fucking with you.
No, I'm just fucking with you. But just the fact that they brought in Peter Gallagher to film that scene. Okay, all you're going to just say is, you're going to touch my leg and you're going to go, what are we doing? So good. Dude, the first 45 minutes of this movie, I really fucking enjoyed.
It's so fucking good.
So it's 90 minutes total. The second 45, I don't think dragged. I think were enjoyable, but it didn't
have that same oomph.
It just didn't hit me the same way that the first 45 did. The first 45, I'm like, dude, I watched it twice today. Once I got into the second 45, I was like, this gets really heavy and weird. And also, what's up with the dinosaurs?
I like the dinosaurs.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was very artistic, but I think it's all right to bring up the fact, like, what the fuck's going on there?
Because
I thought it was cool.
They were tripping on mushrooms, but was there a moment in the time loop that broke the fourth dimension, and that's what brought in the dinosaurs?
Because they were at the end of... So, okay, here's some more content that they have possible. Are the dinosaurs there now? Because at the end of the movie, when they zoom out, the dinosaurs were at the very edge of the world.
With that said, do we recommend...
Yes.
Yeah, I would definitely watch this. Also, with that said, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt this. It's crazy they got the writer for Harry Potter to be in there, and he looks just like fucking Chief Gordon, Commissioner Gordon also.
You talking about J.K. Simmons? J.K. Rowling?
Oh,
J.K.
wait,
Rowling?
You're
right.
Okay, but I am going to
That's
bring this up,
right.
actually, because we haven't talked enough about J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Rowling's.
No, J.K. Simmons.
Oh, okay, J.K. Rowling.
That
Sim
fucking,
Rollings.
that fucking character
Romans.
was...
Okay, look, whoever it is, the fucking
J.K.
writer,
Rimmons.
the writer of Harry Potter looks just like the guy from Whiplash.
Yes. And
Miles Teller?
Go ahead, J.K. Simmons, Austin. What were
We
you
know
gonna
who
say?
you're talking about.
No, I know. I just can't believe that J.K. Simmons would put out all those transphobic tweets.
What?
No, it's another J.K. Rowling joke.
Yeah.
But we haven't talked about the Roy character at all, which was maybe my favorite part of this movie. And here's something. So when I was watching it, I thought this movie actually has sequel potential because maybe not like an actual sequel, but where it's a prequel or something
Well,
like
his
that.
story isn't finished.
Well,
No,
I think if you just explore his character a little more and just some of the antics that they got into, you wouldn't make it an actual like normal movie 3-act structure, but you could put some content out there, especially on Hulu or something like that, where you just are like, here's some shorts or here's some something, here's some extra
Do some
content
Adult
on this
Swim
that would
fucking-
I think would fucking draw. I would love to see some of the fucking shit they went through because, like I said earlier, I think they are in this a lot longer than Phil Connors ever was.
I want to know
I think
what
there's
the
a
fuck they
lot
were
of fucking
snorting
history here.
in that fucking bathtub.
Dude, that was
'Cause
such
the
a good
yellow
scene.
powder on his nose. He
Yeah.
had the green and blue powder on his nose. I was like, what the fuck are y'all
Oh, that
doing?
brings up another point. Not only Roy and Andy Samberg and Smoking Hot Pants were in the loop, I got the impression that
Christina
people
Melodic.
in the bar were in the loop too. And the only reason why
Yeah, because he kept calling that girl by her name,
There's
and
two
she's
things.
always acting
Yes.
like...
So that would be great extra content, right?
Yeah.
Like if
but I think
I have
that's
another
the thing.
character too.
That
They
bartender was also in the loop.
I think she was.
She
in
was
the
like
loop.
fucking dead on the inside, man.
I think she was in the loop. I think everyone in the bar was in the loop, and the grandmother who came up and said goodbye to
Nana,
her,
yes, Nana.
she was in the loop, right?
so,
She
yeah.
had to have been, right?
So here's a note I wrote
He's
down.
introduced... Why would it just be fucking J.K. Simmons that he
Anyone can
introduced
find
the
it.
fucking pit to? No,
I-
I'm just saying.
and
he's
who's
like
to say
the
that
one
other
leading
people
them
didn't
there.
discover that shit on their own?
Exactly.
I wrote a note that said, "How has Niles not screwed up with people more? How has he not screwed?" Okay, we're only seeing the 2 times he screwed up with Roy and with Christina Milato's character.
Yeah.
No, dude, I feel like he's probably gotten drunk a shit ton and brought a bunch of people in there.
Check this shit out.
And how great would it be? I think you could make a sequel movie out of that, where you
Everybody
find out that the
is
half the
living
town.
the same fucking day.
Because
Everybody is living the same
the
day.
Nana character says at the end,
She said-
"I guess she'll be going now."
She said that's
And she
when,
looks
and
at her
that's what
like-
made me think. And then when he went into the bar at the end, or she went in the bar at the end, all the characters like, "You don't belong here." And then I was like, "These motherfuckers have been in the loop too.
Yeah.
They've been playing the loop game."
Exactly.
So-
that's why it was so...
What if
Easy
they're
going
living the
with
loop?
everybody.
What if they're living the loop, but they don't realize they're living the loop? Like Nana, she has dementia, so she doesn't know.
Oh, shit.
The bar
Yeah.
patrons,
They're all just fucking
they're drunk
shit-faced
every day,
entirely.
so they don't even know. So
Yeah.
they're living this loop and they don't even know.
Hey, what's up? But they just know that they know these people.
Dude, I think there's so much potential there. So I think this movie has a lot of like future potential
I
that I
can
think.
see like a show like Last Man on Earth stemming from this.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude,
definitely.
that's a great idea. You make an actual season or 6 of a show about living in the loop. How many times?
And they could do it like Last Man on Earth. I got a Last Man on Earth vibe from that movie
Bro,
anyway.
Right.
Bro,
Well,
you
you know, what a great idea, starting off every single episode once a week at the exact same point, and then you see
Well,
the antics.
yes.
My
unfold
girlfriend did
throughout
tell
the
me
day.
there's a show called Tuesday that does that on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so maybe they're already done.
Has anybody watched? I'm sorry. Has anybody watched Russian Doll? I haven't seen it. Don't spoil it. But it's like the same thing. It's another Groundhog Day type situation.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've heard about it.
I've heard it's really, really good.
Let's move on to our second subject of the night because that was a long fucking talk.
Which is? Oh,
We're going to talk about Harry Potter.
Call it Twata.
I wish I knew the theme, how it went.
This is a very difficult thing to
Making your
talk
way in
about.
the
Oh, wait,
world
that's the Smurfs.
today.
That's the Smurfs.
Oh, takes everything you got.
Here's the problem. Canon-wise, we are against Harry Potter in every way, shape, and form via Jake.
Under
Would
duress.
you like to get away?
Wait, what do you mean canon wise?
Through hot takes, number 1, Hot takes 2 coming soon,
We do
Javi.
hot take.
I'm telling you, I'm going to do hot takes too,
So
but
if
anime
we-
is
if-
off the table.
so
Anime as a whole.
Hot takes. It's exactly what it sounds like. We talk about popular subject matter that we don't get along with, and if we make a good enough point as to why
Or just say
this thing sucks,
It sucks, and it's canon
and
that
it becomes
we
canon
are
that we are.
Okay, so it's canon in this environment, not
Yes.
canon in the Harry Potter
No,
universe.
well, no, I'm pretty sure it is also in there.
Yeah, they hate they hate Harry Potter and Harry Potter. Actually,
Yeah.
for a lot of Harry Potter, they do hate Harry
I just
Potter.
want
so-
everybody
Just like
to
the
know-
Star Wars universe, bro.
I just want everybody to know I
Nobody
took a
hates Star
fucking
Wars more than
beating
Star
on the
Wars.
first hot takes. I lost Final Fantasy VII.
Yay.
I lost Nightmare Before Christmas.
Stupid.
I lost Harry Potter.
Dumb.
You see?
One more thing, dumb. I just was behind him on like echoing. The point is, we as a trio hate Harry Potter, but our friend Austin wants to talk about Harry Potter. And we all agreed that we would talk about Harry Potter because, truthfully, I love Harry Potter. Austin, I think you're a fan. Javi,
I love Harry Potter.
Well, actually, so when I was talking to you,
Who loves the Harry Potter?
Oh, Harry!
go ahead, Austin. What were you saying?
I was just saying, the only thing I was saying to you the other day was, I actually want to start I was thinking about doing a mini podcast series, a Harry Potter series, where my idea is I want to talk about how shitty of a person Dumbledore is, because throughout the whole movies, he raises this kid to be slaughtered.
Right.
And the more I watch the movies, and I've seen the movies thousands of times, but the more I watch the movies, the more there's just like the evidence that pops out of me and weird things that Dumbledore says, where I'm like, oh, this guy's a terrible fucking person.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, I think it's a really good mirror imagery of Voldemort, where Voldemort is this person who has
They're
all this
one
power.
and the same, I thought.
Yeah, they're these two powerful wizards. Oh, no, not Voldemort. I'm sorry.
You're going to call it the Harry Podcast, right?
Snape. So I think there's a good mirror image on Snape, not Voldemort, where Snape is this very, very powerful wizard, and he has to pretend to be evil while working for the good people the whole time. And he does all this evil stuff, and he has to do a bunch of shit that's like, this guy's a bad dude.
Fucking espionage.
But at the end of the day, he's the hero. And I think Dumbledore is the mirror opposite in the series, where he's this really good dude the whole
I
time,
thought
and you
the
think,
ugly kid with the buck teeth was the hero.
oh, Neville is the hero. Because he is actually the chosen one, not Harry Potter.
I thought it was whoever, like, according to the prophecy, but it could have been swung either way for Harry Potter or Neville.
Right, and it
And
actually...
it all depends on who Voldemort chose to go after.
Which was the one with Twilight in it?
No, it's... So the chosen one was going to be the one to destroy the Dark Lord. At the end of the day, they both kind of did, so I guess they were both the
I
chosen
know,
one.
like Neville destroyed Nagini and then Harry Potter.
It's ambiguous, and it also it goes back to that whole George R. R. Martin thing where prophecies are stupid and we shouldn't buy into them that much, but they make for good storytelling. So it's ambiguous. But yeah, Neville kind of was the chosen one, as well as Harry. But Harry got all the recognition for it and fame, and Neville got
Shadow.
buck teeth. Yeah, just nothing.
He looks like you.
And his
fucking
parents died,
Ugly
yeah.
piece of shit. It's just like, we're just gonna lump you into this fucking movie, and then it's like, oh yeah, he kind of grew into being a handsome fella, so we'll just make him the star.
He's
of the
forever
movie
going
now
to be,
for
no
the
matter how
last
good looking he
one.
is,
Yeah,
he's
it's like,
forever going to be Neville Longbottom.
You fucking doof.
That's like right now in the time of COVID, Austin works at Studio Movie Grill, and they're showing just movies from the past, right? I can't even think.
Right, we're only doing classic movies right now, and I'm
Goonies.
technically I'm furloughed there. I don't actually work there right now, but
you went to see Harry Potter 6, Half-Blood Prince, and you said, like, there's so many things I saw in this movie that really resonate with me, and, like,
where I was just like, fuck this guy. This guy's a piece of shit.
Slughorn specifically is who was talking about.
No,
Slughorn.
Slughorn is just
Foghorn
no. He's a minor.
Leghorn?
He's a minor character.
Foghorn, Leghorn, yes.
He was
I
just
say,
a
I
plot
say,
point to get that, like, the luck
this
potion.
wizardry shall not be happening in here, I say.
Well, he's a plot point for one small part of that movie. He does something shitty, but then he redeems himself. Slughorn's fine. No, I really think I could do an 8-part series on Dumbledore, and just because the more I watch, the more I see, like, this dude's a really fucking awful dude. The way he's treating this kid and some of the things he says, where it makes it sound like he really cares about this kid and he's trying to raise him up, but he doesn't. He knows he's fucking gonna die, that he has to die, and he's just preparing him for that. So he brings him on these things that imagine an adult, if you were a 13-year-old kid, it's like, hey, we're gonna take you on this dangerous mission real quick. Hey, you're gonna work with the fucking special forces and go out on this. Like, no, you wouldn't do that.
Yes, I would.
But in the Wizarding world, that's okay.
I definitely would.
All right, let me propose.
Oh, but I did say that one
Yeah,
Slughorn thing
perfect.
too. Yeah.
Fucking wizard. Okay, so wait, which Dumbledore are you talking about? Are you talking about Marcus Aurelius from Gladiator? Or Zoolander's backer. Zoolander's
Is
backer.
that the first Dumbledore or the second Dumbledore?
I don't know.
Which one's
Michael
Michael Gambit?
Gambit.
Which one's
From
Michael Gambit?
Layer Cake.
No, that's Zoolander's
Michael-
investor.
Oh, then Zoolander's investor.
Okay.
The first one is fucking the King Caesar and
Right.
Shit, is he really?
Yes.
Richard Harris.
Fuck.
Yes.
Okay, Richard Harris.
Marcus
Oh, he
Aurelius
died, like,
and
after
Michael
the second
Gambon.
one.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
died like what was that? He wasn't in the third one.
No, he
No,
died,
Michael
like-
Gambon did the last.
Yeah, but I'm saying Richard Harris wasn't in the third one.
Richard
No,
Harris
he
was in
died.
1 and
First
2.
two.
1 and 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick, let me propose this, okay? Instead of continuing on with this, let's do all 8 movies, all 4 of us, and talk about them each individually. I'm looking at you specifically, Jake, because I need to know if you can get through 8 Harry Potter.
No, he's the number
talk
where he gets
about
through half of one.
Can you do it?
No, I mean I can. I might have seen bits and pieces. They all look the same to me. I know 1 for certain. I might know 2 for certain. I know the third one and the fourth one. I think.
So
Which-
is up, if
the
I
one
put it
that's
as
got the
homework,
one that's got the fucking Twilight in it.
right?
Yeah,
but the,
That's
the
4.
colors,
That's
yeah.
4.
Yeah,
So-
so I got 3 and 4.
Edward.
And I kind of know the first one. He fucking
As an olive branch to Javi.
he jacks off in his uncle and aunt's fucking shed underneath their staircase.
Yes.
And then he fucking
This-
fantasizes about a snake.
Let's do this.
That's
Because,
every movie. What are you
Because
talking
you
about?
hate it, and because we like it so much.
I don't hate it.
This
I
will
just
be-
don't fucking get it.
this
It's
will
behind
be
my
the
time. I'm
perfect-
fucking almost 40.
Bro, this will be the perfect combination of We Are Air, where we go in and you despise it, and we go back and forth, and it'll be hysterical.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Let's do it, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
So let's end this podcast.
Let me go on
now.
medicine.
This is what I said we do. Invite Austin back every movie, and we discuss Harry Potter movie by movie by movie.
Oh fuck! I gotta watch this shit for
You
8
ha-
weeks in a row.
You have to watch it.
Fucking 9 weeks?
8 weeks.
I bet anime's looking pretty fucking good right
They
now.
made part 8 like fucking 9 times. The 9th one.
You're not going to do it because you're mad about anime?
I'm sorry, but that's horse shit on so many levels.
Why? Are you really angry right now?
You really think I'm gonna watch Harry Potter that many times, bro? I can say yes all day long.
But if you don't watch it, and then we come back and talk about the movies,
Yeah, y'all have a podcast with me just giving opinions about a movie that I haven't seen.
I'm down with that, though.
Okay, good.
Let's do it.
I just want to shit on Dumbledore. Because I think that guy.
Well,
Well,
then
that guy.
let's just... All right, because Javi's on his phone. He's actually mad about this right now.
Yeah,
I'm not
he's like,
mad.
man, he's gonna watch Harry Potter and he didn't watch one fucking anime movie.
I did get a very annoying text message.
Actually,
though,
you know
so.
what? I would be interested to watch. I've never watched any anime in my life. I'd be interested to.
Oh, did I ruin my?
You did.
You did,
Very
yes,
hard.
yes, you
I'm
did
sorry.
very hard.
I'm sorry, man. My apologies.
Yeah, I was trying to extend an. I was trying to extend an olive branch.
I thought you were setting me up for this. Okay, here we go.
I would be so interested to watch some anime
He's got a list.
where I could talk about it with somebody.
He's
Because
got
I love that kind of stuff. I love finding new kinds of mediums and talking about them.
Bro,
He's got a-
anime is the best medium you
got
can
a-
find.
Oh, but you rolled your
What?
eyes, so I don't give
Really?
a fuck.
Ah, you see?
Wait.
No, okay, hey.
The best medium you can find?
Yeah, that's kind of...
The best.
I'm using hyperbole.
The best.
I'm using
Yeah, that was
hyperbole.
hyperbole.
Okay,
but
so
still,
that's
I
all
don't
right.
think you can do it.
All right, hey, yeah, actually, hold on. Give me one right now. If I was going to go home tonight and watch an anime, whether it be a series, movie, or something, what would be a good one to suggest? Not whatever the best is, but just something a good one.
A good one to
suggest.
start off with. It's gonna
Heavy
be
Mel.
It's gonna be nice and short. Mob Psycho 100.
Mob Psycho 100.
Mob Psycho 100.
Okay.
Well, very bold choice. You didn't
Where would I?
suggest Cowboy
Where would I find
Bebop
it? Would I find it on
or
Crunchyroll?
Or
Akira?
Crunchyroll.
Okay. All right.
Or if you want something like just about the same length as that's still just go One Punch Man on Hulu.
Okay.
One Punch Man, I can get that one.
I've heard really good things about One Punch Man because it's kind of a comedy series
It's
too,
legit.
right?
It's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah. I've heard
hilarious.
it's really funny.
I have to thank Bill Burr for that one.
I saw Bill Burr's thing. I was like, yeah, Bill Burr knows what's up.
About One Punch Man?
Yeah.
Really? He watches that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
He did the first season, at least. There's a fucking gone Is He So Dope or Alan Palin one. I think he talks about it.
Alan Palin's so good.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to nix the Harry Potter series idea.
Oh, come on.
I'm down for this.
Hey,
Oh,
Duck,
Do
Javi.
they have an anime Harry Potter? Can we just fucking knock this
Hey.
out in like one fucking go? I don't worry about anything
You
else.
too.
Like,
We could do something if y'all want to do it because I think it'd be cool to do as a mini series, not as a long term thing. It's just something I kind of
But
create
I still
content
think
for
it'd be
8
hilarious
episodes.
to bring Jake in with his hatred of it, because I think it'd be so fucking good.
How about
I don't hate it.
how about
I
on
just
one episode?
don't-
It's like, I don't hate it. I just don't want it to be around anymore.
Just don't like it.
Or we could just write lines for Jake to hate on Dumbledore. Since I hate Dumbledore
Yeah.
too, I could just be like, "Hey, say this
Okay,
about Dumbledore."
I'll say whatever you want.
Okay,
me
so
to say about
this
Dumbledore.
is what we're going to do.
Dumbledore funded Al Qaeda. Y'all didn't know this. He used magic to fucking send warheads over there, and then they fucking loaded up on planes. And
I believe it, 100%. Dumbledore sucks. He's terrible. That's going to be the name of our podcast that we're going to do. We're going to do a podcast about Harry Potter called Dumbledore Sucks. That is literally what it's going to be called.
Yep.
DS.
Okay? And that's what we're going to do here in the future. So
We
we're
are
letting you
Air
know.
DS. Yeah, we are Air
Okay, so it's like
DS,
Yeah.
like
So
a
we are
Nintendo
Air,
DS.
small version.
But everything is fucking based on fucking
I'm not-
Zelda. We are Bagu. We are Air.
So it's
I
like
am
Nintendo
Air.
DS.
I am
Nintendo
Bagu.
DS
Yeah.
is small.
Dumbledore sucks. So, I'm going to close this down. What I'm going to say is we have recommended Palm Springs. We think it is a good movie. Definitely check it out.
Watch it.
We are going to do a Harry Potter cast, so everyone be on the outlook for that.
Yeah.
Other than that, we appreciate you listening today.
I love you.
This has been Duck. I've been here with
Jake.
and
Javi.
our special guest.
I'm Austin.
And be on the lookout for our future podcast.
Thanks for coming.
Other than that, support local comedy. And I'm drunk, and we love you guys.
Hey guys. Hey, thanks for having me today. I really enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks for coming out.
Yep.
You're coming back,
We love
dude. We're
you.
doing
Yeah.
fun.
I had so much fun. I haven't done this in a long time.
I like being
Good
here.
stuff.
You are on your phone.
As long as there's
I was
pizza.
on my phone.
If there's not pizza, I can't. My contract says.
It's in my rider.
Yeah.
It's in my rider.
I know there's not a green room, but I just want pizza. Pizza is the green room.
Yeah.
Beat that ass.
And there it is. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you have enjoyed it, please do not forget, share with your friends. That is how we grow the network. And if this is your first time listening, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love the other podcast here on the We Are Podcast Network. We have We Are Bagu, a video game podcast featuring me and Dr. Ethan Eastwood. That's where we talk Atari to Steam and everything in between. Don't forget, Heroes Gyros, a Dungeons and Distractions side quest. Me and the boys were sitting down, we're playing some D&D, we're having so much fun. You can go ahead and start that from the beginning of the journey, Season 1, Episode 1. You're going to love it all the way through. And finally, I Hate Being Sober. Personal stories from epic people. I'm going to sit down with some of the most epic people I've ever met in this world, and we're going to talk about their life, we're going to talk about their trials and tribulations, and we're just going to talk about their journey this far. Head on over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /WeArePodcast. Also, head over to the Facebook group, We Are Air. We would love to see you in that group. And don't forget, if you've enjoyed the podcast today, share it with your friends. That's the only way we can grow this network. With that said, do not forget, support local comedy in any way that you can. We really do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.